eventually figured out was really going on at the South Pole Station. My motives for this are quite simple. Much like Dr. Greer, I have come to realize that things are not always as presented at face value. As many of the whistleblowers here giving their testimony today have experienced themselves, there's much more going on than that has been presented to the general population of the planet. Many of the factions on this planet that are battling over the technologies that have been hidden for eons would like you to believe that humanity is not actually prepared for the truth as it is. But I differ from their opinions. I believe that history has shown us that humanity is ever resilient, ever adaptable, and always ready for the truth. I'm here to offer you an angle of observation that most will never have a chance to see for themselves. It has oftentimes been said that discernment comes through experience. I've chosen to speak about my experiences publicly, to share the truth that I've come across. Since nobody has seen what I have seen and can speak on such things, I feel obliged to come here today and share what I know. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in the state of New York and had a career as a plumbing and heating specialist. It was in this capacity for which I was contracted to work at the South Pole Station. In addition to my role as a tradesman at the facility, I was also part of the emergency response teams and played a critical role as a lead of their Team 2 Fire Brigade. It would be very easy to say that both roles were critical to the operations at the South Pole during regular operations and especially during emergency operations. My position at the South Pole was very different from the positions of the rest of my crew. Unlike most of the other members of my crew, who were pretty much functioning in a very compartmentalized capacity, I was given great liberty to move in between all compartments to maintain the proper function of the facility. I literally had a key that unlocked every door. There were, in fact, very few people in the facility that had this level of access. During my time at the South Pole, I made it a point to communicate with everybody in every compartment to find out what made each compartment tick. What I learned very rapidly was that each compartment was given a sense of priority and a belief that the rest of the facility was there to support that compartment. In hindsight, I find this rather funny and sad because the reality was that these compartments were actually more of a cover story for the actual activities of the South Pole Station. But nobody else seemed to be able to observe that in real time. I have since spoken with some former crew members, and assuredly, those blinders no longer exist. Additionally, since my time at the South Pole, I've made it a point to communicate with the necessary people to find out more information. In these post-Antarctic service communications, I have come to learn that a lot was not as presented during my time on the ice. For the most part, the members of my crew are unwilling to speak publicly, but support me in doing my best to help champion their cause so that others may know what is really